Hey everybody, we're back for a brand new episode of I Gotta Be Honest With You.
Starring the Honest Guys.
I'm Tom.
D-Man.
Dunnzila.
And today we're going to talk about our adventures at Terrificon in a special two-part episode. Dunnzila and I attended all 3 days, so let's take it off on Friday.
It was a long day.
It was a long...
But it was awesome.
It was awesome. I picked you up. We had breakfast.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit.
Yeah.
We made it to Mohegan pretty early, so we were in line for about a good 90 minutes. And boy, did we have some fun with those people in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy in front of us.
The guy in front of us, he was a pretty knowledgeable guy. Then we found out he was an Eric Larson fan.
Oh boy.
How'd that go?
We just made fun of Eric Larson.
We just made fun of Eric Larson, how he can't draw.
Well, did he have any argument for him besides that he's a fan?
No argument.
He actually didn't really make any comments back. He's just like,
Eric Larson. So then we finally get into the convention. We try to make a beeline for David Finch, who was one of the guest artists who was featured as a coming attraction. We go there, no one there. Not his agent, nobody. But there was some guy who had a huge box of comics. Then some gentleman came up and said David Finch's flight was delayed from Toronto, someplace in Canada.
3 hours.
3 hours. He won't be there until about 4 or 5 p.m.
Wow.
That guy sat there for like 2 hours.
He stayed at Finch's table for 2
leave.
hours with his box of comics to be signed.
Dedication.
We'll get to that later in part 2. Stay tuned, folks, on that one.
It's a good one.
That is a good one. So we're walking around, we're meeting people. Who would we go next? Who would we go to see next? It was Ron Lim. Was it Ron Lim?
No, the first person we went to, I think, was Howard Chaykin.
Oh, that's right, because no one was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met Howard Chaykin on Friday.
Okay.
And he talked and rambled to some guy about... I don't remember.
I wasn't even listening.
I tuned out. All I wanted him to do was sign my Superman 226. And he's talking to some guy about his hair or his shirt.
He did the same thing.
Yeah, I know. Stay tuned. There's
Stay
more to
tuned.
go.
There's more to come with that one, too.
And then we met Howard Chaykin, then we'd go to Jerry Ordway, I think. We saw Jerry.
There's a lot of big names there.
There were a lot of names there. Howard Chaykin had a critically acclaimed run on American Flag. He's done Wolverine. He did Star Wars. He's doing a current comic called this. What's it?
Division of America, I believe.
Hysteria
of America. Yeah. And he also just did a run called Midnight Run, which was when he came up. He also did What?
Robert De Niro. Midnight
Yeah, Robert De Niro. Yeah. He also recently did a thing called Satellite Sam, and he did one thing that he did that he wanted to do is his worst thing he ever did was called Black Kiss, but we'll get to that
later.
later.
We'll get to Black Kiss later. I remember that story.
Yeah.
That picture was great.
Yeah, it was.
So we met Jerry Ordway again. We met him last year at Terrificon, and he had a good line. All the Superman stuff. People, Death of Flash, Death of Supergirl. Then we just walked around. We looked at some books. I finally found... we'll get to that in a second. The book I had been looking for a long time. Wolverine 66, which was the first appearance of the Old Man Logan universe. And, I didn't mind spending $40 on it. The guy hooked me up. That guy hooked you up.
That was a deal.
That guy hooked you up, too.
Yeah, I found a...
Now, this was
Marvel Superhero Presents Guardians of the Galaxy.
And that is the...
first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
1967?
Who did it?
Obviously Stan Lee, Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
They created everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good book.
Yeah, I got that for 100.
That was $1.20.
No, maybe I forgot. Yeah.
He hooked you up with another book too. It was a Deadpool book.
Oh yeah, he gave that to me for free. It was one of the Merc with a Mouth books that I needed.
Was it the one where he was like...
Yeah, he's making fun of Wolverine with spoons and
Spoons,
forks.
There you go. That's a great cover. That's a great cover. Yeah.
So it was pretty run of the mill. We went, approached people. Ron Lim was awesome.
Oh my god, he was funny as hell.
Ron Lim had a critically acclaimed run on Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Definitely.
And Gauntlet. And Captain America. He had a very good run on Captain America. I'll show that in part 2, like the Captain America books he had that I had him sign for me. But he was so cool. Dunn, you gotta do the laugh. Every time we walk... No?
No.
Come on, you gotta do the laugh, man.
No,
Just do it once.
No.
Or maybe in part 2 we get him to do it.
No.
Every time we walk past Ron Lim, we met him, thank you, Mr. Lim, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden we go around, make a few laps, and all we hear is... Don and I would look at each other, sort of being like, "Oh, Ron's happy." There's Ron. He's just sitting there like, he's like cutting chicken or something. Cool guy, super cool. Ron Lim, you are a class act.
Yeah, you are.
I want him to sign
Very
that.
dedicated.
Very dedicated. Loved
Yep.
Surfer. Loved Captain America. Basically helped reinvent Thanos.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he brought Thanos into the modern era of comics.
Yep. He also did Gauntlet
Well, he helped Perez with
pencils and
pencils and
yeah.
stuff.
And he also helped when Starlin came back. He also helped him in the last graphic novel for the Thanos thing he did. He did a 3-parter. Starlin did the first 2, and Lim did the last one. So he's still involved a little bit.
The one book I wanted Lim to sign, and remember this is technically part 2, but I'll say it now. I want him to sign Silver Surfer 55, Surfer versus Rhino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But this we can talk about. Should we talk about it in part 1 or 2?
2.
2? All right. Sorry.
My bad.
So we end up going to our rooms because we stayed over. And it's a very nice room. I'll post a picture of it on Facebook, maybe. Don and I are going to go downstairs and get a drink and eat food.
Oh, don't forget when we were leaving.
What happened when we left?
We ran into Lee Merriweather
Oh, yeah.
on the way out.
On the way out, literally just like, oh, excuse me, ma'am. Dunn goes,
It's Lee Merriweather.
Merriweather.
And then we were walking through the casino like 5 minutes after. I bumped into Benedict Samuel.
No, that was later on at night. That was
I
way.
thought that was when we.
That was after we
went back
met.
to the room.
That was after we met Snyder and everybody.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So Don and I go drop our stuff off in the room, and we're we're on the 20th floor. The elevator stops at the 10th floor. I'm leaning up against the wall. Don's kind of in the corner, and all of a sudden, door opens. It's Scott Snyder, the writer on Batman, who is kind of a putz.
As you know, the boys have a thing against him, but here you go.
He was cool.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay.
I never had a thing against him. It was just his douchebag agent at
Gotcha.
Boston Comic Con.
And we had an issue with another douchebag agent, with Greg Capullo. We tried to meet Greg Capullo, who had a very good run on Spawn, and supposedly is the cat's meow now with New 52 Batman, which sucked.
Mr. Hollywood.
Mr. Hollywood, and All-Star Batman, which sucks too.
In the metal.
And the Metal, which
Yeah.
I didn't read. Did it suck?
I got nothing. It's just, I don't know.
So
It's more of the same. How's that?
Usually, if
were
the
weird.
first issue sucks, then the whole thing sucks.
Well, they better pick something up because it really was like all over the map.
He got lazy with
Yeah,
it.
he did.
So who was your favorite person that you met?
Well,
I go Ron Lim.
I go Jerry
Just
Ordway.
because.
I go Jerry Ordway because then after we met Scott Snyder in the elevator, we went down and we saw Jerry Ordway and Steve Grant just hanging out by
Chillin'.
Tuscany. So we
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. We took a picture with him, nice selfie, and then we went. We had to go back to the room for something. Do you remember that?
No, you guys
No,
go?
you didn't hit the button to take the picture, so we
So
went
I
up
went
the
up the
stairs,
escalator, came
down,
back
and
down.
then took another picture. Then we went to the bar.
I thought we went back to the room.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
I thought we went back to the room and dropped something off.
Oh yeah, because they were still there.
That's right. We came back and then Dunn
They're
asked,
still standing.
then Dunn with the greatest of all time.
Oh,
Guys, let us buy you a drink.
Can we buy you a drink? Stephen Grant's like, no, I don't want a drink. And then Ordway's like, I'll have one.
And we ended up having.
And then
like,
obviously Stephen Grant's like, well, okay, I'll have a drink.
We had a. You had a.
I had a Coors.
You had a
I think.
Coors. I had a Guinness. Jerry had a Blue Moon, and Stephen Grant had a seltzer with lime or whatever.
Yeah, it was something weird.
And the four of us talked till Steve tapped out around midnight.
Yeah.
And he had a good run on Punisher.
What did you guys talk about?
You'd be surprised. We
Everything.
didn't talk about
Everything.
comics as much as you'd expect. We
Yeah.
talked about comics a little bit, politics, professional wrestling, casinos, family, sports, dirt.
Did it make you appreciate the
It made us
the
appreciate
comics?
the work.
Yeah.
Because he gave us a lot of dirt
He
on
did.
people.
Oh, really?
He
Oh,
revealed
yeah.
a lot of dirt.
Like McFarlane's a good guy, Lee's a good guy, Rob
John
Light,
Burns an ass.
John Burns an ass.
No, we'll get back to more on that
Yeah,
later.
John. That was not the last time we heard John Burns.
Yeah,
an
really,
ass.
it wasn't.
Oh, I think everyone.
Everyone hates
Burned
John
on
Burns.
John
Well, you have the line about that.
I got the
We
line.
revealed in part two.
I'll share with you in part 2.
That was one of the funniest things I heard that day. John Burns a dick. Eric Larson's okay.
Yeah.
We didn't say anything. I just said I wasn't a fan of his work.
It's the one time we didn't say anything.
We didn't say anything.
So, because your viewers need to hear this, let them know what happened. The guy who ran the show showed up when you guys were having.
Oh my
This is
God.
really cool.
This is cool. This is awesome.
This made the whole trip.
Made it. Absolutely made the trip. So Steve had already tapped out. It was midnight.
This was like
It was like 2:30 in the morning.
2:30
It was
in
like
the
2:30 in the morning. I'm already on like the 7th Guinness. I'm feeling good. Dunn's feeling good. We're all having a good time. Jerry's having a good time with his Blue Moon.
His one blue moon.
No, he had a couple.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had two.
Okay.
He just milked them.
Yeah, he milked it.
Well,
So Mitch shows up. This is the guy that ran the convention. He showed up with his hat and his shirt and all that. And he goes, Jerry, we're going our way to the comedy club. Kind of like, you coming?
Let's go.
Let's go to the comedy club. Jerry Ordway turns and looks at him and goes, I'm having a drink here with my friends.
Wow.
So it was just like
And then he stayed and talked to us for like another hour.
Another hour. So
That is really cool.
That's cool. So we went till like 3:30 with Jerry Ordway and then got up at 7.
So does meeting these people make a difference for you guys, or
Yes.
why do you like meeting them?
Well, because their work, if we respect their work, I want to kind of know who they are as people. Like when we go to Rhode Island, we'll see Steve McNiven.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just tell
Not
them.
just that. I mean, for people like Ordway and Lim and David and, they were like in their prime when we were kids.
That's right.
When we
Right.
first started reading
Yeah.
books. And it's like, wow, if I ever meet this guy.
There's a sense of nostalgia.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we talked to the guy that helped kill Superman.
Yeah.
For 3 hours.
And
How
revamp.
many people can say that?
That's
not
really
many,
cool.
Not many. And revamp Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
you
it's
know,
like
and I understand what you guys are saying because like when I met Bob.
Ross.
No, Bob Ross, yeah. Wow. When I met Brian Wood, I mean, I met him at a comic book store, and I mean, I loved his work, and I met him, and he was a total dick, you know what I'm saying, to be honest. And it affects you reading. If the
Right.
people,
It changed your.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how we feel about Eric
Perspective.
Larson.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Why would we buy this guy's book if he's just a jerk?
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, even, and if you are, my suggestion, if you are a jerk, then just, play off that you're not, and then, don't be somebody else, don't be.
Be kind to those on the way up.
At least take
Guess what?
time to appreciate
You're gonna meet them on the,
the
way
people,
down.
the people who read your stuff.
That's my
you know?
take on it as a celebrity.
Yeah.
Be kind to those on the way up.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
You're gonna meet them
Yep.
on the way down.
Oh, yeah.
And some of these guys are on the down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Ordway's not doing a monthly title.
Nope.
He hasn't done a monthly title in X amount of years.
20.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
I think
He
was
just does.
Shazam.
He just
Yeah.
Special covers,
guest
guest stints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He did reveal to us that thing he pitched to DC.
Oh,
share that with him,
my
share that
God.
with
This-
Oh.
Jerry's back in the 1990s. DC had a working relationship with Dark Horse Studios, which we're going to do an episode from their studio someday. Someday.
Road trip.
Road trip. So Dark Horse and DC have their relationship, and Jerry Ordway pitched a crossover, much more to akin of Superman versus Predator, Batman versus Predator, which was the biggest selling one.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, Doomsday versus Predator. And Dunn and I were just like, oh. Like, why, Jerry? Why did you tell us that? That would have been so freaking cool.
Oh, yeah, it would have been.
He liked that idea I had. I was like, you could have had this moment. He was like, I wanted them to lure Superman out, and then Doomsday was going to come, and then they were just going to shift their attention to Doomsday. And I said, yeah, Jerry, you could have had this moment where Doomsday killed Superman. I'm like, you could have had this moment where Superman goes, he killed me, but I have to help him. And Jerry was like, that's cool.
Then they team up.
Oh,
and
my
fight
God.
an army of
Oh, yeah,
predators.
that'd be
Because he
awesome.
did Doomsday Year 1, which I ended up finding. I ended up finding that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Oh, you
cool.
did?
Oh, you did find it?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It kind of just rehashes Kryptonian history.
Oh, that's cool.
So, in closing, you want to let us know what happened at the end of Saturday, and then we can go on to part 2?
What happened at the end of Saturday? Saturday we left early.
Yeah,
We didn't
we
stay
left
for
at
the
like
whole thing.
3.
We left at like 3. We just went around. That's when we went around and got a lot of books.
Gotcha.
Spawn, Resurrection, Black and White.
Any good finds?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to go through my bag for part 2.
Yeah, we'll have to go through the bag through part 2. So all in all, you guys had a good time, huh?
Did you have a good time?
Well, we'll know in part 2, won't we?
That was our road. That was the first 2 days at. The pizza was good.
Oh yeah, pizza was great.
We didn't meet Neil Adams though.
$50
$50
for an
for a
autograph.
signature.
Unbelievable.
Come on, man. He was 30 at Foxwoods.
Well,
He
you know,
was 25 at Boston.
That's right.
I thought that was.
I guess it goes up depending on where you are.
With his blue shirt though.
The same clothes. He must wear that every day.
Yeah, or he's got multiple. We'll get to Capulu's agent in part 2.
Oh, yeah. And on that note,
Thank
see
you,
you
everyone.
soon.